All right, let's see. Looks like you've been put into drum roll, please. Wishing all our book loving listeners a joyous Diwali from the BTP team. May this festival of lights bring warmth, prosperity, and cozy moments with your favorite reads. Happy Diwali! Interested in participating? Fill the form. The link is in the description below. Welcome to Between the Pages. Today we're joined by an 11-year-old bookworm, Tanushree. Despite being shy and introverted, she has mustered up the courage to join us on this podcast and talk about her favorite book, Order of the Phoenix, from the Harry Potter series. Let's welcome Tanushree. Hi Tanushree, welcome to Between the Pages. How are you?
I'm fine.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Tanushree Gadekar and my favorite hobby is to read.
That's interesting. So, what book are you here with today?
I am with Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Wow. So, what is the book about?
The book is about Harry in his 5th year with the OWL exams and with Professor Umbridge from the Ministry of Magic, who is there to take defense against the dark arts. But Cornelius Fudge, who is the Minister of Magic, is afraid that Dumbledore may be there to take his place.
Oh, really?
As the minister, yes.
Ah, that's interesting. So, what was your biggest takeaway from the book?
It was when in the Ministry of Magic, when the Sirius Black and all the Order of the Phoenix came to fight with the Death Eaters, when Bellatrix and Sirius Black were fighting, and Sirius actually got killed in the process. And when Dumbledore came and fought with Voldemort, it's a really memorable moment.
So, what were you feeling when that was happening? Because that was a very gore scene in that book, right?
Yes.
Bellatrix kills Sirius Black, and that made me cry. So, how were you feeling?
I was also feeling very sad, and I was feeling sad and seeing Harry in the book. It was like it made me cry. It was so sad.
Okay, so were there any parts of the book that surprised you?
Yes, when Hermione said that she did not like Umbridge, and when she said she read the whole book, and Umbridge was very surprised. She asked the questions from the book, and Hermione answered them all. But she said that she did not think this book was right, and it did not have anything to do with magic.
Oh,
That surprised me.
Okay, so what inspired you to read this book?
Because it was a very interesting book, like it's actually I kind of like this book because it's the biggest book. It's very interesting and many moments in this, and also the terrestrials,
I'm not sure about them.
Okay, they're magic animals that only people can see who have experienced death in front
Oh
of their
yeah,
eyes.
I remembered. So have you read the whole series?
Yes.
So the book series has been adapted into movies. So have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen all the movies.
So which do you prefer, reading books or seeing the movies?
Reading books, because the movies and the books differ actually.
Yeah. So did you feel any part should have been added to the movies?
Yes, in the 4th book, it is said in the book that Hermione wore a blue dress. But in the movie, she wore a pink dress.
Yeah, to the Yule Ball, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, how do you choose books to read?
I actually like on fantasy books and mystery books. So I pick on that category, and fiction also.
I see. So, which character from this book did you relate the most to?
Hermione.
What was the part that made you realize that you related to her?
In this book.
Yeah.
Because she is very smart, and she loves to read, and she expresses her thoughts. She doesn't back down from the teachers also.
I see. If you could attend a class at Hogwarts, which one would it be?
Defense against the dark arts,
Really?
but not in this book.
Yeah, any book from Hogwarts.
Okay.
No? Okay. How do you feel about the relationship between Harry and Cho Chang in this book?
Actually, it's a very they were not meant to be a couple, I guess, because she was still not over Cedric.
Yeah,
She was not over Cedric only, and she wanted to be with Harry.
yeah.
So
So, Sirius Black plays a significant role in this story. How do you feel about his character?
I think it's a very good godfather because he supports Harry in another way his parents could not have because they are.
Right.
But it was very sad because his godfather died, his only last living family member. So that's.
That's sad.
mm,
So, Luna Lovegood is also introduced in this book.
Yes.
How do you feel about her?
Where in the book, she mentioned that she was very weird and all that,
Yeah.
But I think she's very interesting.
Would
She
you
doesn't
like to
care
be
what other people think, and she does what she wants.
Would you like to be friends with her?
Yes.
So, how do you feel about the ending of this book?
Ending, actually, it's a bit very, sad, very like emotional. It's a very emotional ending. But it has a lot of meaning to it about Harry's life, and that's why I like it a bit.
From the whole series, are there any secondary or minor characters that you think should have more attention?
Maybe, Ron's girlfriend in the sixth book, I guess.
Yeah,
What was her name again?
I do not remember.
Wait. Lavender Brown.
Uh huh.
I think she should have played a big role because her relation with Ron was very interesting.
So, would you recommend this book to others?
Yes, I would recommend it.
What would you say to them that they should read this book?
They should read this book because it's a very interesting book. It tells about Harry's past and his future for fighting Voldemort, and also losing his relatives and all that.
That's
But Hermione played an important role in this book.
really?
Yes, because she was like very brave in this book.
What was something that she did that showed that she was brave?
That encounter with Umbridge. Because she does not do that with other teachers. So I thought.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna play a little game.
Okay.
Usually we have a different thing in our podcast, but this time because it's Harry Potter, uh, I'm gonna let you take the Harry Potter house quiz.
Hmm.
So, what house do you want to be in?
I think Ravenclaw.
Really? Why?
Because I don't think I'm there for to be Gryffindor because I'm not very brave. I'm a bit shy. And Ravenclaws are like smart.
The smart and introverts.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm,
So,
I'm kind of that, so.
I see. So the first question is, you've made it to Hogwarts, which means you've already bought a wand from Ollivanders. What material is at its core? Phoenix feather, dragon heartstring, or unicorn hair?
Unicorn.
During the end of your exams, you notice that one of your classmates was using an enchanted quill. You come top of the class anyway, but they are second. What do? Tell the professor immediately. Nothing. But if I hadn't come top of the class, I'd definitely tell the professor. Encourage the other student to admit what they've done, or give them a high five for managing to sneak this quill into the exam.
The first one, yes.
Tell the professor. Okay. You would be most hurt if a person called you weak, ignorant, unkind, or boring.
Unkind.
Okay. You're locked in a duel with a skilled opponent. They fire an unknown spell to you and you shout, Expelliarmus, Protego, Stupefy, or Crucius.
Protego.
Okay. It's your fifth year at Hogwarts, and you've just received a howler from your parents. What for? Sneaking into the Forbidden Forest at night on a dare, getting caught cheating in my divination OWL, being put in detention after I was caught in the library after hours, or nothing. I'd never do anything to warrant a howler.
Second last one.
Being put in detention for the library. Which of these most accurately describes your relationship with your closest friends? I love surrounding myself with people. I have very few close friends. I tend to vary around new people, so don't make new friends often. Or I find myself becoming friends with people who can help me to succeed.
The second one, I guess.
I have very few close friends.
Yes.
The first Quidditch match of the season is approaching and you can't wait to get involved. What role are you playing? Seeker, I want the glory. Chaser, I like to be involved and work as a part of the team. Beater, I like having all that power. And I'll be in the crowd making sure support and morale is high.
Second one, obviously.
You're allowed a pet at Hogwarts. Which do you bring? Owl, cat, toad, or nothing?
Owl.
It's Saturday, you've finished your homework and you have some free time. You decide to spend some time away from your common room. Where do you go? The Forbidden Forest, the library, the kitchens, or the room of requirement?
The room of requirement.
What is in the room of requirement? I'm not sure.
Because if you want something really bad, if you go there, it will give you what you want.
Damn.
It's a very interesting place.
Which of these magical events would you most like to experience? The Triwizard Tournament, the Quidditch World Cup, the Yule Ball, or the Christmas at Hogwarts?
The Yule Ball.
Oh my god, I chose the same thing. You're having trouble mastering a new spell and you've decided to ask for help. Who do you go to? My professor, of course, my house ghost, my smartest friend, or the library. I'll find it out myself.
My smartest friend.
Which path do you intend to follow after leaving Hogwarts? I'd join the ministry. I think I'd travel for a while before committing to a career. I'd settle down and start a family as soon as possible. Or I'd continue to work hard in order to achieve as much success as possible.
The last one.
And finally, we know that the sorting hat takes into account your preferences. So which Hogwarts house do you feel you identify with most closely? Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin?
I actually tried one house test before and it came as I was a Hufflepuff. So I think.
Okay. Alright, let's see. Looks like you've been put into, drum roll please, Ravenclaw!
Oh, I'm very happy for that actually.
Well, that was fun. And now we have a ritual in this podcast where every guest writes a question for the next guest. So I have a question for you. It's from Ishanvi and it says, if you would write a book, what will you write about and what would be its title? And will you include a new character or someone from other stories?
I would write a fiction novel actually. And I would take new characters because it's like copying only from the other people,
And what about the title?
I would write something like, the name, like fantasy world something,
I see, that's interesting. So it's your turn to write a question for the next guest. Thank you so much. Well, so how did you get to know about this podcast?
Actually, my mother found a message. So she knew I loved reading, So she thought I should talk in this podcast about my experiences about the book and all.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. I had a great time talking books with you. Thank you.
Me too.
Time to close the book, but don't worry, the stories really never end. Until our next adventure together, remember to keep your imaginations fueled, your laughter contagious, and your bookmarks handy. Until next time, it's me, Anna Lilani, closing the BTP book for this week. Happy Diwali! And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.